Here we are back at it again. Another night, another video. And today I did something very interesting, right? If a lot of y'all are familiar with psychology and that field of study, I took the Myers-Briggs personality trait test. And the results that I got back from it was very telling. I'm gonna say, to say the least. It was very telling. But at the same time, it was extremely interesting, right? And I enjoyed taking this test because I've done this before and I got a different result. And then I came back, and since I'm much more self-aware now than the first time I took it, it taught me a lot. It showed me a lot about myself. So, without further ado, let's jump more into the topic. Here we are, the Myers-Briggs personality test. So I took the test, right, and going through it and getting my results, I finally found out what this I guess it's like a quadrant, right? You could call it. And I finally found out what the personality trait that I have according to the Myers-Briggs test. I found out what it was, right? And again, to say the least, it was very interesting. And this is what I got. So I got the ENTJ, which is the commander. And what that basically explains, I'm gonna start out with a quote from Steve Jobs, which says, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." That's very big for me, right? It says, as an ENTJ commander type, you are a natural born leader with an unparalleled drive to your visions to turn your visions into reality. Your strategic mind excels at seeing the big picture, identifying long-term goals, and devising efficient plans to achieve them. You possess a rare combination of confidence, charisma, and decisiveness that draws others to you and inspires them to follow your lead. Your approach to life is characterized by ambition and relentless pursuit of success. You have an innate ability to organize people and resources, creating order out of chaos and transforming abstract ideas into concrete results. Your sharp intellect and rational decision making skills allow you to navigate complex decisions with ease, always keeping your eye on the ultimate objective. Now, for me, I could say 100% of that encompasses who I am as a person. What I have to distinguish between personal and business or my career, yes, I have to distinguish a lot between those two, right? But at the same time, for the most part, this sums up like my personality trait. I have to be honest, and I've been told this by numerous people. And like I say, I took this personality test because it was fun, but at the same time, it was very telling. Further on this, it says your direct communication style is both a strength and a challenge. While it enables you to express your thoughts clearly and persuasively, it can sometimes come across as blunt or insensitive to those around you. Extremely true. You value efficiency and competence above all else, which can make you impatient with those who don't meet your high standards. Yeah, standards, yeah, for sure. You thrive in environments that challenge you and provide opportunities for growth and leadership. You're not content with the status quo and are always looking for ways to improve systems, processes, and people. Your ability to see potential and drive change makes you an invaluable asset in any organization or group, but it also means you may struggle with mundane tasks or situations that don't align with your grand vision. That yeah, that's about it, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like small talk. And understand like when you're in certain settings and you're in certain places, small talk and mundane tasks is just part of it, is what you have to do. But at the same time, doesn't mean that people like that or with this personality trait enjoys them, right? Now, let's move on. Moving on, we're talking about career. It says your career is more than just a job. True, it's a platform for you to exercise your leadership skills and make a significant impact. You're naturally drawn to roles that allow you to strategize, make important decisions, and guide others toward a common goal. Whether you're running your own business or climbing the corporate ladder, you're always aiming for the top, driven by an unwavering belief in your abilities and a desire to leave your mark on the world. However, your career path isn't without its challenges. Your preference for big picture thinking and strategic planning may cause you to overlook important details or become frustrated with day to day operations. Learning to appreciate and manage the smaller aspects of your work while also delegating effectively will be crucial for your long-term success. Additionally, your direct communication style and high expectations may need to be tempered in certain professional settings to maintain positive relationships with colleagues and subordinates. Y'all, I promise you, this is my first time taking this test in like 7 years, and the accuracy in this is unbelievable. So I urge you all to take this test, man. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Moving on. So now here it gets to influential traits, which talks about perfectionism, ambition, motivation, and desire to lead, right? And basically what it says about that, it poses some strengths and some weaknesses, right? So in the strengths and weaknesses. So here, like I say, it poses some influential traits that you have, and it speaks to it, and it gives you strengths and weaknesses. So the strengths in these is clear communication, decisive action, efficient organizer, future focused, results oriented, and proactive initiative, right? So in clear communication, you express ideas directly and effectively, helping your team stay aligned and goal oriented. Facts. Decisive action, you adopt a straightforward, confident approach to important decisions, maintaining momentum and avoiding indecision. Facts. Efficient organizer. You naturally identify priorities and efficiently allocate resources to achieve clear, measurable outcomes. Future focus. You readily envision long term implications, enabling you to anticipate opportunity and obstacles before others see them. Very true. Results oriented. You measure success by practical accomplishments rather than theoretical discussions, guiding efforts towards tangible achievements. That's a big one. Proactive initiative. You instinctively seize opportunities without waiting for encouragement or permission, propelling your projects and your career forward. Especially with initiative. Any of you guys who are in the organization I'm in the career field I'm in, you understand that the creed says this. So that goes without saying. But it's just funny that the personality test also pointed it out in my traits as well. The weakness for these influential traits. Now it says reluctant to delegate tasks. You find it difficult to fully trust others with responsibilities, causing unnecessary stress by carrying excessive workload on yourself. Yeah. Overly critical. Oh man. Your focus on efficiency and excellence sometimes leads to excessively harsh critiques, negatively impacting team morale. This can be true in certain instances. Restless with routine tasks. Routine or detail heavy tasks can test your patience, causing frustration and reducing your enthusiasm and productivity. I wouldn't agree with that one as much, but at times, discomfort with ambiguity. You often struggle when tasks lack clear goals, preferring defined outcomes over uncertain exploratory processes. Yeah, right. If you know, then you know, right? The hurry up and wait games, the a lot of times lack of guidance. Yeah, it just is what it is in our profession, man. Yes, we struggle with when tasks lack clear goals, and we prefer defined outcomes over uncertain or exploratory processes. This is what it is. Underestimating emotional factors. While focusing on measurable outcomes, you may overlook people's emotional needs, inadvertently hindering overall productivity. Intolerance of inefficiency. Your drive for efficiency can breed impatience towards slower colleagues or unavoidable delays, affecting collaboration dynamics. When it comes to teams, when it comes to working in a team, yes, right, you're only strong as your weakest link. But in a lot of tasks, in a lot of things that you're doing, you do not have time to continuously reteach, and slow down the rest of the team because of one person. At that point, it's a failure to adapt. At that point, like you're holding us back, right? And in our specific profession, in our specific life, it's just a hindrance. I'm just gonna be honest to the team as a whole, right? Sucks for that person, but like I say again, that's just how it is, man. It's just how it is. All right, here we go. A little bit more in depth about the personality trait, right? Your journey of personal growth centers around balancing your natural strengths with developing new skills that may not come as easily to you. One of your primary challenges is developing emotional intelligence. So true. Learning to recognize and respond to the feelings of others, as well as understanding and managing your own emotions. Good God. This involves cultivating empathy and patience, which can sometimes feel at odds with your efficiency driven nature. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. If you know anything about Steve Jobs, I believe Steve Jobs is exactly like this. I think he is. I think he's an ENTJ as well. Like from just what I read about the guy, I know about him. I feel like this is him as well. Another key area for your personal development is learning to embrace flexibility and delegate control. While your confidence and decisiveness are valuable assets, they can sometimes lead to rigidity or an inability to trust others with important tasks. Not so much. By working on these aspects, you can become an even more effective leader and a more well rounded individual, capable of navigating both the professional and personal spheres with greater ease and satisfaction. Now, a lot of that is true. There was some things in there I disagree with. And mind y'all, this is my first time like reading these results, right? I'm doing it with y'all on this video. This is my first time reading these. But again, like I say, I find this extremely, extremely interesting. So let me see more on the strengths of influential traits that the commander personality trait type has, right? So seeking constructive feedback. You welcome straightforward critique, continually pursuing advice and ideas for self-improvement. Very much me. High self-motivation. You proactively hold yourself accountable for developing your abilities, rarely needing external encouragement. That's also very true. Structure habits. You excel at organizing your personal life with clear routines, increasing your likelihood of achieving productivity and health goals. Hmm. Objective self analysis. You regularly assess and review your actions honestly, enabling you to make purposeful improvements. Purposeful learning. You consistently challenge yourself to pursue new knowledge and refine existing skills in meaningful ways. And last, openness to new experiences. You actively seek activities outside your comfort zone, creating opportunities for significant personal growth. All of those, every single one of those is very true. And like I say again, man, that the accuracy of this is mind blowing because it just shows you, like I say, like who you are in this personality type, and it explains a lot. The weaknesses of this influential traits as well. Some of these are impatience with slow progress. So you quickly become frustrated when self improvement efforts don't yield immediate results, risking early abandonment of valuable habits. Sometimes this can be a good thing in business and in life, and sometimes it is not, right? Sometimes you got to cut your losses once you're there, and sometimes it's better to fail fast than it is to keep pouring and investing in something that's not giving you an adequate return, right? Avoiding emotional reflection. You often focus solely on logical solutions when facing personal obstacles, overlooking how your emotions influence your decisions. Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that. Overcommitting yourself. Your ambitious pursuit of goals frequently leads to taking on too many responsibilities at once, causing exhaustion and ineffective outcomes. I don't know about ineffective, maybe inefficient. But the taking on too many responsibilities, yes, like it is what it is, man. Like I think once you reach a certain level of leadership and once you reach a certain level of productivity, you will you will reach this, right? You will encounter this because it comes with the role, right? It comes with who you are. And not that you're necessarily doing it on purpose. It's just like you get to like I said, that level of productivity where you want to get so many things done and you want to accomplish so much. So it may be subconsciously, but still like it can cause negative outcomes. I'm gonna be honest. So resistance to relaxation. You struggle with granting yourself downtime, incorrectly viewing leisure activities and rest as unimportant distractions. Yo, facts. And I've gotten better with this over time, and I'm sure a lot of you who have this personality type struggle with this as well. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We can get better at this. Unrealistically high standards. Whew. Your expectations for your performance can cross into perfectionism, making any failures or setbacks disproportionately discouraging. Yo, this is facts, man. And I can say this about my physical performance and a lot of things because I'm looking at 21 and 25-year olds who are like, man, they still got that youth on their side. I'm gonna say that. And a lot of times I do get in the mindset of perfection because I do feel like I'm very capable. I do feel like I'm very intelligent. I'm hardworking and things like that. But then again, I have to snap back into reality and just understand that nothing is perfect, right? Life is not about perfection. And like I say, us as human beings, being perfectly flawed and being perfect imperfections is what make humankind in total is what makes it beautiful, right? And last of the weaknesses, we got discomfort, asking for support. Your independence may cause hesitation in seeking emotional or practical help, limiting your access to valuable perspectives and aid from others. I struggle with this a lot, not gonna lie, but sometimes I don't know, like to me, sometimes it's better to just not have that support, because like I said, you gotta stand on your own sometimes, and you gotta learn how to do the things yourself. You gotta learn how to overcome your own obstacles in your own unique way. And I think that's what makes a lot of people stronger in certain situations, if that makes sense. So now we have a little bit more about the commander personality type, right? And it's talking about relationships. So, in your relationships, whether romantic, familiar, or friendships, your direct and honest approach creates a foundation of trust and clarity. You value loyalty and commitment. And when you find someone who meets your high standards, you're willing to invest fully in a relationship. Your natural charisma and confidence can make you an exciting and inspiring partner or friend, always ready to tackle new challenges and push boundaries together. Facts. However, your relationships may face challenges due to your intense focus on goals and achievement, which can sometimes overshadow the emotional needs of those close to you. Learning to express your feelings more openly and making time for genuine emotional connections is crucial for maintaining healthy, balanced relationships. By developing your capacity for empathy and actively working on your emotional intelligence, you can create deeper, more fulfilling connections with the important people in your life. This is true, man, and I could see this in my own life just because, like I say, as you grow up and as you mature and you gain more wisdom, you see how not being empathetic, how not really necessarily adhering, but not understanding people in an emotional way can hinder a lot of things, right? Like I say, even the results show my bluntness, right? Me being so blunt, means me saying certain things at the wrong time, or just not taking other people's feelings into consideration. That can throw a huge wrench in a relationship, right? Being too honest is a thing, and though people see that as a strength, it's not. It really is not. It can lower morale. It can affect people's feelings towards you, and it can affect relationships, right? The bond that you have created, it can destroy that, right? Being too honest all the time. Not saying that you should lie, but everything that comes to your mind isn't meant to be said out your mouth. So it's just better to withhold sometimes, in certain instances, and let certain stuff fly. To me, that makes you stronger as a person. That distinction and that distinguishing between those moments, having that gift of discernment to understand what to say in certain situations and what not to say. That's something I've had to learn. Like I said, specifically in relationships, I've had to learn that and develop that, and not be so like goal oriented, focused to where it takes that bonding time away, because you have to have those times where that is of importance. Like you just have to. And if you don't, like I say, you're gonna forego a lot of great opportunities in a relationship, and you're gonna miss those times. And that is what you need to keep a relationship healthy and strong, in my opinion. So for the last set of strengths and weaknesses, we got when it comes to relationships. Reliable commitment, right? When you form meaningful connections, you consistently honor promises and loyalties, creating trust in your relationships. Direct honesty. You are straightforward and transparent, giving others clarity about your feelings and expectations. Encouraging confidence, practical problem solving. You approach relationship challenges logically, calmly, and addressing conflicts or difficulties with rational discussions and solutions. Respect for independence. You appreciate others' personal ambitions and space, giving your loved ones room to grow in their own way. Very true. I believe heavy in that. Energetic companion. Your natural enthusiasm energizes your relationships, encouraging others to engage fully in shared experiences and activities. I also think that's a big one too. Enthusiasm is a big thing, and that's kind of a way for you. You dating people or not dating 2025 people. I think that's a thing that messes up a lot of y'all. Like y'all had too many experiences too early along, and now you're introducing to a new experience or a new person, and you don't have that same enthusiasm as you would have had as if you would have just let things occur naturally, or if you would have done things at a modest time, right? So enthusiasm is big when it comes to companionship, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to friendships, all those things. Because if you're around somebody a lot, or you're sharing experiences with people, and that excitement isn't there, that enthusiasm isn't there, then it kind of makes you like makes you wonder about somebody, right? It's a difference. And think about like your dog. When you come home from work, your dog tail wagging, he's slobbing at the mouth, he's jumping all over you. He's excited. He has an extreme level of enthusiasm, and it makes you feel happy. It makes you feel that joy. You want this same enthusiasm out of a person. Not comparing people to dogs, but what I'm saying is when you meet a woman for the first time, or just say y'all on a date for the first time and y'all been talking, FaceTiming or something, and y'all see each other that first time out at dinner or at the movies, and y'all like, hey, like, what's up, man? It's so good to see you. Y'all hug. It's a tight hug. It's great. That first impression is big, and it's like, okay, this person feeling me. Or every time y'all jump on the phone, that change in that afflection in the voice or tone or speech that lets you know, like, hey, this person's excited to talk to me. I'm excited to talk to them as well. That is crucial for encounters, man. That's crucial for relationships and friendships, man. Because if you don't have excitement and enthusiasm, it's kind of like you just you're boring, or I'm just doing this, you're just going through the motions. It's not a good feeling, is what I'm saying. So yeah, that's the one for the strengths in relationships, right? The last weakness we have is difficulty expressing emotions, right? When it comes to relationships, you struggle to openly share feelings, leading some to perceive you as distant or emotionally closed off. This is facts until you get comfortable with somebody. Insensitive criticism. Whoa. Unintentionally harsh statements can hurt loved ones' feelings or damage trust, despite your positive intentions. This goes back to what I said, knowing what to say and when to say it, right? And being too honest. I struggle with this a lot because I'm always in the headspace where I want somebody to correct me, and I want somebody to tell me what's wrong, and I want somebody to like help me improve. But doing this to others when they're not the same, when they don't share the same personality traits as you, this can damage trust and it can hurt people, right? So we have to be conscious. We have to be mindful of that because this is a very big thing, especially in this society. With I don't know what's going through y'all head where y'all think anything you say out your mouth and think being mean and hurtful to people is a good thing or a sign of strength or a sign of somebody not getting over on you. Like, yeah, like I ain't gonna lie, y'all be killing me with that weird crap. Like seriously. So impatience with vulnerability. You may fail to fully appreciate others' emotional vulnerability, responding impatiently or dismissively when they need emotional reassurance. This also is a big thing, and it has occurred in my life as well, where sometimes like I'm trying to be a rock and I'm trying to be strong, and people like are expressing their vulnerability with me. Not that I shun it or not that I critique it or that I'm dismissive of it, but it's just sometimes like as a man, you ain't you're not trying to be in that zone, right? You're not trying to I believe me personally, I believe that I'm like a sponge, right? So I soak up everything, and a lot of things hit me hard or they hit close to home. So when that vulnerability comes, it's kind of like my shield coming out, like trying to block against it because it's certain stuff I don't be wanting my energy at certain times, right? And I just don't have the bandwidth to take all of that in and be able to deal with it in a healthy manner, if that makes sense. Next is prioritizing tasks over connection. Your goal driven attitude sometimes leads you to ignore relationship building opportunities, unintentionally causing emotional distance. This hasn't been a thing with me recently. I've learned to overcome this, but again, I've definitely seen this occur multiple times in my life as far as relationships go. Preference for control. You tend to dominate social decisions and interactions, leaving others feeling overlooked or undervalued. That's not me at all. I'm not gonna lie, that's not me at all. Just because growing up, I had my way in a lot of things. Not being funny, like I had my way for a long time, and I'm still having my way in certain instances. But that's where, like I say, I've grown up and I've participated in so many things that's team oriented to where everybody brings different things to the tables and different strengths, and I would like for them to have that inclusion. So I'm not going to say that that's a weakness of mine. I do very well with sharing and very well with including other people. But last but not least, overlooking small gestures. In your emphasis on solutions and outcomes, you might underestimate the significance of seemingly minor emotional gestures your loved ones make. And that's true because I'm a big picture type of guy. I'm very simple. I don't I don't I don't really need a lot. So the small gestures, yeah, it can go overlooked. I'm not gonna lie because I'm a hustle and bustle type of guy. Like I'm trying to fully 100% escape the rat race. I'm not fully there yet, especially like mentally. But at the same time, you do find those moments where you can kind of connect and you can kind of look at it and be like, oh, that was a small like act of kindness, or that was a small emotional gesture, and I appreciate that, right? But like not being funny, you almost have to like take space out of your own head and get out of your own way and find that, because if not, like you'll overlook it constantly. Like just being honest. But yeah, this turned to a long video, but I thought this was very interesting for people who share this type of personality, right? Uh the ENTJ. I found this very interesting. And if you are a commander personality type, then you understand all these things. You probably struggle with a lot of the things that I presented in today's discussion. And you understand that a lot of times a lot of these things will occur, but the weaknesses that we have, there are ways to get better at these, right? So it's all a matter of give and take, especially when it comes to, like I say, business and personal career relationships, things like that. It's things that you learn and that you unlearn. So it's not a knock on anything else. But tell me what y'all thought about this discussion, man. Did y'all think this was interesting? The ENTJ, the Myers Briggs personality test, or personality type. If you liked it, drop a like down below. If not, hey, it is what it is. You probably just not interested in psychological debates or theories and things like that, which is okay. But that's all I got for y'all. I'm out.